Quebec. It's really one of the most authentic European experiences in North America. It's a stunning city in terms of its beauty.
When people come here for the first time, it's as if they've almost crossed the Atlantic. There's a fascinating mixture of English and French influences here.
I always call this city a 20 minutes away city. You want to go for gourmet, Orleans Island, 20 minutes. Waterfalls, 20 minutes. And it's fantastic and it's close.
Welcome to beautiful Quebec City.
A UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1985, and Canada's oldest city and the only fortified city north of Mexico. Quebec City is the center of French culture and traditions in all of North America.
So we're going to go up to the funicular right up here.
The climb to the top will get you the reward.
Makes it the oldest attraction in
How
town.
often do they, I'm excited about the views from the top of the funicular. It must be beautiful.
Well, that's it. Quebec City is considered a natural fortress, so it's overlooking the majestic St. Lawrence River, and that's the best point of view you can get.
Fairmont's Le Chateu Frontenac watches over the city.
So, Bill, we're now walking on the boardwalk that's very, very popular in the summer. That's called Dufferin Terrace, named after a British governor. As well behind us is the most popular building in town. It's the most photographed hotel in the world. It's the Chateu Frontenac.
Tell us about that.
Well, the Chateu Frontenac actually was built at where used to be forts and castle previously, already from 1620. But the chateau always has been a hotel with more than 600 rooms. It offers a wonderful view on the St. Lawrence River once again, so it's a place to be in town. You can find the chateau on every single postcard of Quebec City.
Wow. Mr. Pink peeks through a window and over a roof. Strolling through old Quebec in the early morning hours gives you a quiet moment to really appreciate its beauty. Old world architecture makes you feel like you've jetted off to Europe. Restaurants and shops in century-old buildings line the quaint cobblestone streets. And everywhere you turn, there are places to kick back and relax, or just keep shopping. And this mural depicts Quebec's history.
We're now in the Ursuline Chapel, which is part of the Ursuline Convent, founded in 1639 for the first girls' school in North America. The ornamentation behind me is the oldest ornamentation remaining in the city, sculpted in the 1720s and 30s and covered with gold leaf.
It doesn't get any more breathtaking than this.
Quebec City is an exceptional place in North America, the only city north of Mexico which is still surrounded by its original fortification walls with a wealth of English and French architecture going back 4 centuries. So Quebec City started as a small fur trading post founded by the French explorer Samuel de Champlain in 1608. By the 1640s, it was a small settlement. And then in 1663, Louis XIV, the Sun King, decided to transform this little settlement into the capital of what was going to become a vast French empire in North America, La Nouvelle France, which would eventually cover much of what is Canada and the United States. It's the most European of North American cities, with winding streets, public squares. It's a French-speaking city in the heart of North America, 98% French-speaking today, but people don't realize that it was also at one time capital of British North America. And so there's a fascinating mixture of English and French influences here.
Taking a walk along Rue de Tresseau, a side street where artists exhibit their paintings, engravings, and reproductions. Quebec is a wonderful city to walk. There is so much to see and do, and you don't want to miss any of it. And just like the morning, the evening as the sun sets and the lights come on gives you a new appreciation of the city and its beauty. What a pleasure to be here in Quebec City, and this square, it's phenomenal.
It's a very historical square, by the way, in New France. It all started here, so just a few feet away from us is the original encampment, which was over 400 years ago, where Samuel de Champlain established New France. So it's a very cultural city, lots of amazing heritage, very walkable, by the way, which is a little piece of Europe here in North America.
Cruising is on an upward spiral here. The number of cruise arrivals is just off the charts.
Absolutely. We're really happy to see that. Obviously, it's a very important tourism market for us, and we're thrilled to see it booming. We have great comments from people. It really is like visiting a little part of Europe, so we've been getting some great feedback.
And the reason that guests like the cruise here, I mean, many actually come in a few days before the cruise, many stay a few days after. The pre and post business is quite interesting here. It's such a beautiful city.
Thank you very much. And we are a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and we are the only fortified walled city north of Mexico. So it's really quite a unique feature. Within the walls, right, you have over a 400-year-old city with authentic, as you can see, authentic architecture everywhere, and lots of history, lots of culture. We really do speak French. We're bilingual, so no worries on the language issue. But we really have that French flavor, and I often say it's like going to Paris without the jet lag.
Tell us about some of the top attractions here in Quebec City.
Well, we have the world-famous Chateu Frontenac Hotel, obviously, which people really enjoy. We have some great museums, wonderful cultural experiences, exceptional culinary experiences. We're known for that. Just received great recognition from Michelin today, so that's a late-breaking news, which I'm happy to share with you today. And we have a lot of amazing natural waterfalls around. There's a bit of variety for everyone in terms of sports activities, cultural, and all kinds of levels of things for all people's interests, family, couples, and everything. So.
And I love that the cruise port is in such close proximity to the town. I mean, you literally get off the ship and before you know it, you're in the heart of the city.
Absolutely, and I think that's one of the attractions. Is it's one of the most stunning views when you pull up by ship and you see the cliff hanging, sort of fortified walls with the Chateu Frontenac, which was the old fort of the city many years ago, and with the Citadel, which is the national defense area. And so people, when you arrive, it's magical. And as you were mentioning, people are just docking a few hundred yards away, right? So you cross the street and you're in the heart of old Quebec.
Two ladies dressed in period costumes escort me on an incredible cable car ride to one of Quebec's pride and joy. The ride is quick and easy and gives you spectacular views of the city. Once you arrive, you have a short walk before you have a chance to get up close and personal with the star of the show. Let's listen to its roar. Behind me is Montmorency Falls, 83 meters tall, one of the top tourist attractions in Quebec City. Look at this beauty. Did you know that Montmorency Falls is 32 meters, or 91 feet taller than Niagara Falls? Now that's impressive, even for those daredevils. We are visiting an institute that was created to conserve and promote the native ancestors known as the Huron-Wendat people. Here you can see one of the rarest collections of their culture, the Huron-Wendat Museum. Pottery, clothing, government documents, furnishings, crafts, utensils, ceremonial garments, and an actual habitat. Here you can see how they lived their daily lives, where they slept, gathered to keep warm, how they prepared their food and made their clothing. Upon entering Onhwa Lumina, an enchanting lighting exhibit of the Huron-Wendat culture, you are greeted with glowing trees, fire pits, and beautifully lit archways guiding you along the paths. Suddenly, a light out of nowhere grabs your attention, and right in front of your eyes, colorful lights create a naturescape of a babbling creek with trees and florals surrounding it. Mystical moments with images of animals transported back in time to meet the Huron-Wendat people running through a forest. Symbolic images carved into lit circular metal sculptures introduce you to images of native ancestors dressed in their traditional clothing. The experience is as much emotional as it is beautiful. You must not miss this when visiting Quebec. Strom Spa Nordique is a world-class spa, unlike any other sitting along the beautiful St. Lawrence River. Numerous thermal pools, places to relax, waterfalls, lush landscaping, and tranquil views are waiting for you. You have to explore it all, and be sure to reserve a massage and beauty treatment. Strom Spa Nordique is a spectacular retreat for anyone that likes to be spoiled. One of the best ways to arrive in Quebec City is by cruise ship. It's great to be here. What an amazing city.
I mean, it's renowned by UNESCO as a World Heritage, so what can be better than to dock in a ship right in front of our city? That really is a selling point, Bill.
I was just touring the port, and the terminals are quite modern, very impressive.
The port and the city and the province has invested so much in the past years in terms of cruise infrastructure. I don't say we're jealous of anyone. We have state-of-the-art facilities from home porting to calls and super well located.
To take a cruise to Quebec City, you can either board a ship either in Boston or Philadelphia
Or New
York, for example.
New York. Yeah.
There you are, and you're here for, some of the ships are here overnight actually.
Yeah, the business model is we have calls and we have home boards for most of the brands actually. For home boards, you actually said New York and Baltimore and all, but it's fun because we have a mix of European brands coming in. We have high luxury, we have premium, we have luxury, we have contemporary. So we really have something for everyone. I always say Quebec's selling point is you're 20 minutes away from anything and you're 2 minutes away from UNESCO World Heritage.
Sustainability is so important today and as it relates to travel. How does the port handle sustainability?
Sustainability is core to Quebec's DNA, whether it's tourism side or port side. We are recently certified Biosphere, which is a certification for ports and destinations. So we're the first port in North America to have this certification. We also have sustainable tours. We work with our partners from tour operating to offer those kind of offerings. And it's also important for us in terms of sustainability to manage tourism as well. So what we really say is the experience of a guest is the experience also of a citizen. So we don't want the city to ever be so crowded. We want everyone to feel an ease, a welcome in our destination. And this is why we manage our cruise traffic that way. We limit the number of passengers, all for that to ensure the quality of their experience in Quebec.
And that shows in the numbers because the cruise traffic and the arrivals is on an upward spiral. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, I think Quebec was a hidden gem for many years, but people start to discover this. Fall season, of course, is peak season for us. It's fall foliage, but now I think everyone is starting to realize that Quebec is fantastic all year round. I mean, we're in summer, it's beautiful. People are outside, it's such an ease, it's such wonderful activities.
Cassis Monna is a destination experience right on Orleans Island. There are vineyards, a place to take in the views. And by the way, the vineyards are not grapes, but black currants. That's right, black currants. The on-site shop sells everything that you could possibly think of making with black currants. Jams, sauces, yes, spicy ones, syrups, and let's not forget wines. I had a chance to sample a wine, and I have to say it was absolutely delicious. And the jam was tasty too. A place just for chocolate and a cozy, comfy cottage-style home makes this whole experience that much sweeter. Chocolates of all shapes and sizes, truffles of both milk and dark chocolate with a variety of fillings, chocolate on a stick, and of course I can't refuse sampling some of these delights. Now that is absolutely mouth-watering. I'm sorry to say that my trip to Quebec City is coming to a close. This has been an amazing adventure, coupled with gastronomy, architecture, history, and the friendliness of the people. Until next time, I'm Bill Panoff.